It's Words About Books, Ben.
Words About Books and a photo finish for Nate.
I finished the book 10 minutes ago.
Oh.
I finished Schismatrix, which is what they call it in the audio. I finished that this morning.
Well, that's good. I bet you wish we were talking about that again.
I do.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah. No, you were not kidding. The pace was...
the patrons were wrong.
The patrons were wrong. They voted incorrectly. Schismatrix, I don't know, just so much stuff happens, but it never feels like it's too much or you can't comprehend what's going on.
Yeah. There might
literally
be moments.
Chapter 4, you were not kidding when they're like, and aliens have shown up.
Yeah.
Peace for everyone. Maybe we shouldn't kill each other, and then they kill each other anyway.
Which is how it would go.
Yeah. I definitely wish we were talking about that, but instead we were talking about Virtual Light.
I forget why we delayed Virtual Light.
Because Schismatrix went long.
That's right. We needed 2 episodes for Schismatrix. I'm going to call it Schismatrix.
That's fine.
Because I'm an American citizen.
That's what I was calling it before. So, that went long, and then we ran into Ben's Horror Bullshit Month and Nate's Nightmare November, so we just pushed Virtual Light back to we gotta fulfill our obligations December.
I see Virtual Light. Not Virtual Light specifically, but the Bridge trilogy by William Gibson. Recommended all the time as like classics of cyberpunk. It's right up there with Neuromancer. Like I've even seen on lists of like the best cyberpunk ever. William Gibson's on there twice. Once for the Sprawl, once for the Bridge.
Well, maybe the second and the third book in the Bridge just blow you away. That's all I can figure.
There's a couple of things that are William Gibson's fault and a couple of things that aren't William Gibson's fault.
Damn it, are we doing this again?
I guess I'm going to start this off by saying kind of what the book is, because the plot doesn't matter. William Gibson wrote a short story about the San Francisco Bridge being taken over by basically like a commune of post-capitalist hipster homeless folk who slowly transform the structure of the bridge into a makeshift city that came together without any planning or anything. And it's this kind of weird, I don't want to say utopia because they still have problems and stuff, but like Gibson obviously thinks it's beautiful. It's like this strange emergent civilization. And he's fascinated with it. And it's
this is in the distant year of 2006.
This is some of the stuff that's not his fault. It's an interesting concept, the bridge.
I would agree.
Doesn't have anything to do with the story, really?
Nope.
Not even a little?
Really? No. One of the main characters lives there, and then they quickly leave there when the action heats up around the 45% mark.
Yeah, so there's chapters that intercut. There's this guy who kind of founded the bridge. He's an older guy. And
Skinner.
Yeah.
After he failed to kill Vince McMahon in that office, he ran to San Francisco. This is canon now.
Mm-hmm. I don't get this reference, but okay.
Skinner was a wrestler who attempted to extort money out of Vince McMahon, and Vince was like, no, and so Skinner started strangling him, is how the story goes.
Well, someone should. But
and he's the hero now.
Yeah.
Not the hero we want, but the hero we deserved. Anyway.
Vince McMahon might be the hero we deserve. But yeah, so Skinner is being interviewed by a man from Japan who is really
Yamazakai. I don't remember his name. I just read it, and whenever he came up, my eyes started glazing over. It really is two different stories.
Mm-hmm.
One is about this bridge, and then one is the William Gibson shit. Like, part of the sprawl got into my bridge.
There's something he wants to say about the bridge. The civilization that is evolving on it, the way people have just sort of come together to get things done. Like if something needs doing, people just do it. It's not quite any existing political movement we here have, but he describes it as a post-capitalist society. Like these are the people
we did it
who have been left out of the capitalist system that the rest of the world's kind of running on, and they're making it work together. They've got this bridge, people take care of each other. You know, if power line goes down, somebody fixes it. If we need drainage, somebody makes that happen. Everybody just it is kind of that like Marxist, like from each according to his ability, to each according to his need.
And then what happens when like a Joseph Stalin type gets in there and starts
maybe that's in book 2.
Okay.
But I think this is I think he's envisioning it not having that problem because this didn't occur from revolution, really. There's no leader. People just sort of the bridge is abandoned because the Golden Gate Bridge is abandoned because of an earthquake, rendering it unsafe for traffic. And these people just sort of start showing up there, and eventually the cops don't feel like fighting them anymore, and they've established themselves, and now there's this whole thriving culture there. And I think that's what makes it different from other attempts at a more socialist or communist thing in the past, is that this just sort of happened organically.
Okay.
There's something interesting to be said there.
I do subscribe more to Frank Herbert's philosophy that power will just concentrate into a elite
about how it always
dominate.
Just turns into aristocracy until
it's always oligarchy. Yeah. It's always there's always some assholes that will bend the system for themselves.
But there is something interesting to be said there, and that's what the chapters between Skinner and the Japanese man are about. They don't have anything to do with the rest of the plot of the book, because I guess William Gibson decided that he had to write a William Gibson novel, even though he didn't super want to, it seems like, because he makes it this like neo-noir thing again, which
is so strange because it's the past now. I thought this was the distant future, and I was like, why are all there like references to like the 90s and the 80s? What's going on there?
Yeah, there's a few interesting things about the world that are cyberpunky, but there's also a few things that didn't quite pan out, and it's not entirely his fault. I also would not have predicted that like AIDS was the one species threatening thing we actually kind of got a hold on. If I was sitting where he was sitting when he wrote it, I wouldn't have predicted that.
He talks a lot about the ozone faltering and failing. It's like, I think we
oh yeah, shit, that's the other one we got too.
We did. Like our solution to that just kind of kicked the can down the road a few decades, but we did prevent the destruction of the ozone layer.
No, the ozone layer is still doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah. We instead now have the greenhouse gas. So
that's not anything to do with the ozone layer. It's not like we stopped the chlorofluorohydrocarbons and started burning oil. I mean, that was coming no matter what. Hey, we did good. We solved it isn't really solved, but it's managed. And So we managed
You did
two
it, people.
existential threats, and they just happen to be the two existential threats that William Gibson really built his future on.
And I think a black man is president in his future 2006.
I think it might be a black woman.
Oh my God, you might be right.
Yeah. But there's also an AIDS saint, Shapley.
There's also a guy who, if you watch enough TV, you'll find Jesus.
There's a television cult that which is an interesting cyberpunky thing, but he was really doing something too with the AIDS crisis, where there was a guy, I believe he was a male prostitute who was born immune to AIDS, or he recovered from AIDS, like he was able to beat the virus, and from his blood they synthesize a vaccine which everyone can take,
and everyone does take.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you take a life-saving vaccine? Yeah. Yeah, if only William Gibson could have thought about that one. So we're not gonna. The real problem is nobody's gonna take that vaccine. But everybody takes the vaccine, and so he's become a kind of Christ-like figure. And William Gibson does an interesting thing with that, where this virus was one of the biggest threats to humanity, and this humble man who now we literally all have like drank his blood poured out for us and made him a part of our own bodies.
I also want to eat his flesh, though. That's part of the covenant.
Well, we killed him, as we do with all saviors, and he has a very Christ-like thing, and so there are a lot of people that are divided on Shapley. There's still a lot of homophobic stuff, but there's a lot of people who think he's actually like a saint or a messiah.
And none of that has anything to do with.
And none of that has anything to do with the plot. Yeah. Everything interesting about the book has nothing to do with what's going on in the book.
My thought was we either needed less of the bridge or more, because he's servicing two different masters here. He's trying to do a William Gibson book like The Sprawl, but he's also adding in all this shit about the bridge and the world, and it's not very well mixed. Basically, more of the bridge or less of the bridge, but you can't, like, this weird middle ground is awful, where he's not quite doing a story about the bridge, and he's not quite doing a full-fledged, like, something similar to Neuromancer story. He's cutting between the two, and he's killing the pacing.
Yeah, and the two main characters are just... they're not even as interesting as the main characters in Count Zero to me.
Ooh,
and
ouch.
I'm sure. Okay, in Count Zero, I at least liked the Loa. I kind of liked Bobby Newmark.
I remember Bobby. I don't remember what the other guy's name was, but he was a security guy.
I don't remember the mercenary guy, but I remember Angie Mitchell. I remember Bobby. I remember the gang. That was all interesting to me. But that's because, again, like Bobby had a little something to do with the world. Like he was a console cowboy. Even though he didn't get involved with Neuromancer directly, you knew that the Loa had something to do with Neuromancer and Wintermute. And they were...
Oh, yeah, there was also that one chick that got art or something.
Oh, yeah.
For the really rich guy? Yeah, I don't remember what her deal was anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would say...
it was because the AI was making art. And that's how they were sort of tracking it.
Oh, well, thank God we don't have anything like that today.
No, thank God. Well, this awful. AI was good at making art.
It couldn't be much worse than the current AI.
In this, we have Chevette and Rydell. And Rydell was a cop And like most cops, he had a problem with always using excessive force to solve every problem.
And strangely enough, in this post collapse of the US 2006, using excessive force means you get kicked off the force. It does not mean you get a paid vacation.
Yeah, so he got flown out to SoCal. There's SoCal and NoCal, and Southern California, Northern California. The state has split, and
I think we can split it a little more.
He's in SoCal to make a show about how he got screwed by the system, and then he
cops in trouble.
Yeah, unfortunately, like right as his thing's about to get done, they catch some big serial killer or something, and he's old news. So they cut him. He's got he I guess he just decides to stay in Southern California because he doesn't.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Go back to Tennessee?
And so he gets a job with a security company because the only thing more egotistical than a cop is a rent-a-cop. And again, runs into a little bit of a problem with using overwhelming force in a situation.
They hack into his car, and they make him think that there's a hostage situation, and also all the police on the ground are dead. So it's just you. You got to go in guns blazing.
And he can't confirm this information with anyone. There is a reason, like they lose contact or something.
Yeah. His rig has been hacked, Ben.
Mm-hmm. And so he decides to drive their tank-like car through. I
just imagined a Humvee.
Yeah, which is a tank-like
or
car.
A Hummer. Yeah.
Through this rich person's house, greatly injuring himself and his partner. And if there had been an actual criminal involved, he would have collapsed before he could do anything about it.
His partner has horrible allergies, gets out of the truck, contracts something, and falls to the ground. We're here to save you.
It's funny until you realize none of this is going anywhere.
No. This was a setup by someone in the internet or whatever it's called. Is it still the internet? In any case, they wanted this rich guy's wife to be caught with like the gardener in a compromising situation for a divorce. And it's okay. So he lost 2 jobs, and then he goes to interview for another job, which he doesn't get. And then he gets a 4th job.
Well, so the thing is, they weren't going to fire him even, but they were going to put him somewhere else. And he's like,
I don't do
that ain't Rydell.
Bitch work.
And he's living in a house with like 4 other people, and he's like living super in poverty. Everybody has like a Quest 2 or something, and you got to pay by the minute to use it. And everybody does their job hunting in VR, which doesn't make sense even in the context of this universe, and it doesn't make sense in the context of our universe. And this is probably a good time to mention that Mark Zuckerberg recently announced that they're done with the metaverse.
What?
Didn't work.
What?
We're going in a different direction. We're all in on AI. We're going to be the 7th best AI company.
What? But I put all my stock in getting a virtual reality rig, and I thought that was the future of, our civilization.
The only profitable part of the metaverse is those dumbass glasses that Chris Hemsworth wears in a commercial.
Shit, dog.
LensCrafter keeps trying to sell them to me. They're like $3,000.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
I feel like if you're going to put a camera on me at all times, you should be paying me.
That's just me. But then how would I make money off of you? Anyway.
I think he actually has a real conundrum there. I don't know how he makes money. I don't know how any of them are making money.
They're investing in each other. I
suspect they're not.
They're all investing in each other, Ben. So it looks real good on the, it's like if I gave you $1,000 and then you gave me $1,000.
That's not what happens.
No, I know. We have to add some more people. So you give your wife 1,000, she gives 1,000 to someone else. They give 1,000 to my wife gives it to me, and then we also say we bought some infrastructure with that. So not only do we have $1,000 in cash, we also have equipment.
But that's not what happens. What happens is my company is going under. So I found a new company and I raise a bunch of venture capital. And I value my original company at $2 billion. And the new company I made buys my old company for $2.5 billion with my venture capital. And on it goes. Like, I'll buy this much.
Like Russian nesting dolls of just companies?
Or I'll buy $1 billion worth of graphics cards from NVIDIA, and in exchange, NVIDIA is going to buy $500 million of services from me. And then we're all just going to cycle along. And the way the money keeps increasing is more people keep investing in it. We don't have revenue streams that we're using. We have.
So my thought is, like, when do I invest so that I can pull it out before they pull it out? And unfortunately, I don't have any insider knowledge the way they do. So I think that I would just be fucked if I put money in there.
Because I don't think it's peaked yet. If that helps you, if you
I don't think it. I don't think it.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's peaked yet, but I think the fall is going to be spectacular.
Oh yeah,
and I think it's probably going to happen sometime in the next 2 years.
Oh, for sure. The fact that it's now like everyone except for those companies saying that there's a bubble here.
Well, and it's not just like, I mean, I guess we might as well talk about this because, it's cyberpunk, but it's not.
Yeah, this is peak capitalism.
The AI
Who wants to go
stuff,
to a bridge?
The AI stuff is not going to go away. I don't think this is going to be like NFTs part 2, but it's not going to be what it is promised to be. There is some amount of it that's here to stay. I don't think anybody can realistically tell you how much of it is here to stay, but some of these companies are going down. And you already see it happening with like, how many versions of the same product do we need? Do we need Google Gemini and Microsoft Copilot on the same computer? I don't think we do, and Gemini's a little bit better. So Copilot, Microsoft can't sell it to anybody except my company. And and then OpenAI's out there getting sued into oblivion.
What'd they do now?
Oh, the New York Times is suing them for plagiarism, copyright infringement.
Taking all the New York Times and putting them into their database to train.
I feel like either OpenAI or Anthropic's getting sued by Disney. There's a collective of authors suing. If one of these lawsuits succeeds, it's going to set a bad precedent for OpenAI. But you know what? They don't have OpenAI in the world of virtual light.
Yeah, because it's only 2006.
No, they went heavily into wearables, which is better industry, I think. I think maybe that's where Meta's going. With the glasses and the watches and maybe a ring, perhaps socks of some sort.
Implant it in my body.
Well, you could just keep it outside my body, I think.
Nah. Embed it in my bone tissue.
But so that's what old Rydell's doing. We have another main character, Chevette. Now, Chevette is a woman. She has a weird haircut and muscular thighs.
God damn right she does.
Because Chevette...
Hey, Rydell, how you feel about her crushing your head like a basketball between those thighs?
I'll think about that when I meet her halfway through the book.
Halfway through the book, yep.
When our stories finally converge randomly and I decide to quit another job to
he does that a lot,
even though I don't know anything about her and I don't particularly like her and she doesn't particularly like me.
Well, they find each other attractive. They just never act on it.
Kind of.
She's like, I wish that he would.
Whatsoever.
No, there is not. She's just like, I wish he would spend more time with me. And he's like, she's got a nice ass. And that's about the extent of it. I don't know if they say much to one another other than just explaining their backstories.
No, there's absolutely no chemistry between these two characters at all.
Well, that's because she really loves Lowell or Sal.
If she says so.
She found her way to that bridge and she takes care of Skinner.
I can't quite get an age on Chevette.
Yeah, I don't know either. 20-something.
Yeah, she's 20-something, but she reads like 14.
She reads like an older guy trying to do 14.
I don't think William Gibson can really put himself in the mind of a 20-year-old woman.
Proj.
Yeah, we got Proj. That's a thing people say in cycling communities. He didn't make that up.
Oh, I was hoping he would make that up.
No. So like Chevette,
Batman Beyond, they do shui.
What?
Anyway, go on. Tell me about Chevette.
Chevette, she is a bike messenger in my favorite literary city of them all, San Francisco, California.
Yeah.
And because even in this world of digital everything, of fancy Mark Zuckerberg glasses and crushing poverty, people still need to deliver packages manually from one building to another using bike messengers. You're just never going to get rid of them. That's why we still have them today. Sometimes you just need to sign something. Now, William Gibson did a lot of research about bike messaging in San Francisco. I'm going to go ahead and say too much. Every facet of Chevette's job and bike is described in excruciating detail. I say that as somebody who has spent $1,000 on a bicycle like 10, 12 years ago, actually. So that was a lot of money back then. And I know what all the parts are, and I have heard people talk the way these people talk, and I understand what the experience of cycling is like. Perhaps not in San Francisco. That sounds like hell because it's just hill after hill. But I was bored. I'm not.
Yeah, I fell asleep a few times while reading this.
I did too, actually.
I'm I'm glad it wasn't just me.
No, so for half the book, we're listening to Rydell suck at life. And I think we're supposed to find him charming or something, but I honestly don't understand.
He's doing the right thing, Ben.
He's not. That's not what it's about. That's not what this is.
I don't know.
He's got
why
some weird.
He decides to betray War Baby. Yes, that's his name. I did not make that up.
What's that? It's that Dashiell Hammett. Like he's, I'm the worst son of a bitch you've ever met. But damn it, when a man has a partner, that means something. And I hated my partner, and I slept with his wife. But you can't kill him. That's where I draw the line. That's against my code. And that's kind of what's going on.
What a hero.
With
what
Rydell.
A hero.
He has a code, but I don't know what it is. And so his decisions always surprise me. I think he just doesn't like the way War Baby talks to him.
His name is War Baby. I don't get War Baby's deal, though. So Chevette, she delivers a package, and then she goes up to a party, Ben, and it's a party that's been going on for decades now. It goes from city to city, country to country, Ben, and I'm sure he's trying. William Gibson does a great job at building a world, but man, can we get on with the story? So some guy's a drunk asshole all up in her face, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to steal this thing that's in your pocket. Yoink, that's mine now. And she leaves. And then that guy is later found with a new smile carved into his head and his tongue out of it.
He gets, what is it, a Cuban necktie?
Cuban necktie.
Yeah.
And then she just goes about her day, literally for a third of the book, until finally her boss is like, hey, so did you go anywhere after you dropped off that package? Spent a little longer inside that hotel. You go anywhere else? Look, I just got to be real with you. We got a call from the security company, and they're pretty sure you might have taken something important. And she's like, I gotta go.
She doesn't know what these are. They look like broken sunglasses to her. She doesn't know how to turn them on.
Well, they're like pitch black.
A fellow bike messenger will show her how to turn them on.
That's Sal.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Here's the thing with these glasses.
Please enlighten us, Ben. What are these glasses?
Look, they're just like AR glasses. They're just like the Meta Ray-Ban glasses.
They go directly into your retinas, Ben.
Yeah, they're
your optic nerve.
The concept of virtual light is interesting, but kind of underwhelming in 2025. Now, what we have is not virtual light. What virtual light is better. It's like you were saying, it feeds data directly to your retina.
What I have can be like a simulated poker game, or like I'm chopping up fruits with my katana, or I'm Darth Vader or whatever. What she has is a real estate map.
That's the thing. It's not about what... This isn't Wintermute and Neuromancer. It's not a new device that's going to change everything. It's just the data that's on the device. It could have been a floppy disk for all we care. It just has some like...
We use the floppy disk because no one has those anymore.
It's just some insider trading information on San Francisco real estate, and there's something kind of wrapped up in this.
San Francisco.
There's something kind of wrapped up in this, like if these people are allowed to carry out this financial scheme, they'll price the common folk out of San Francisco, which again in 2026.
Did they not already do that in 93?
I was going to say again in 2025. Yeah. But I guess it would threaten the bridge, but the threat to the bridge is unclear to me. And
what are they going to do? Buy it and tell all these people who just went there on their own to like leave?
Essentially, I think they're planning to like gentrify everything. So like wherever they're sourcing,
that's San Francisco. I don't. It's that episode of Futurama where Fry just keeps going, but there were gangs of children. It's like, yeah, that's Los Angeles. This guy doesn't get it. That's just San Francisco, Ben. They're planning on gentrifying everything. That's, yeah, I live that. I feel you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. The plan is unclear to me. The threat to the bridge is unclear to me.
Chevette Who wants it? That is unclear to me.
Powerful
like
people.
Singapore or something?
Yeah, I guess. I think they mentioned that like Tokyo got bought up in a similar way because like there was an earthquake in Tokyo, and then when they rebuilt, like people got in and bought up all the real estate. Like I said, it's unclear. I don't really know what's going on. But powerful people want these glasses, and they've hired a guy who hires Rydell to go into the bridge and drag Chevette out with these glasses.
But also the police are there, and they're Russian, and they're mean. Oh, but first, Ben, we need to tell you about how Rydell goes to get a new change of clothes. That's super important. You know, there's a store. It's called The Trap, and you pay money up front, but then you get credited that amount of money.
Wake up, Nate.
So I thought about it. William Gibson, he can tell you like a whole paragraph on like a trash can. And from that paragraph on that trash can, you'll get a really solid, detailed glimpse of the society in which that trash can exists. But I would like you to stop talking about the fucking trash can by the time your action-y plot has kicked off, because you looking at that trash can is killing your pacing, and I don't care anymore.
I just need Rydell to be more interesting than
struggling.
That trash can. And he's not.
Why does it keep happening?
Like, I'll tell you the other thing. You know how you always say, and I think this is something you picked up from Seamus Young, like, if you're constantly referencing a more interesting story than the story you're telling me, maybe we should be reading that story.
I picked that up from Ben Yahtzee Croshaw, but yes.
Okay, yeah. Yes. So one of your video game people.
Yeah.
And in this case, I
agree with that.
I would say the more interesting story is Shapley's story. When you constantly reference the life of a Christ-like gay prostitute who is responsible for curing AIDS and then was assassinated because people couldn't handle that. I don't know. That's just more interesting. That's more interesting and impactful to me than San Francisco real estate. I
yeah.
That was the more interesting sci-fi story.
He picked the wrong story to zoom in on.
I think the problem is that story is a lot harder to tell.
Yeah.
Certainly a lot more sensitive. And so Rydell, he can capture Chevette or not, but ultimately he decides to take Chevette and run.
Hold on. Do you want to know how I got this name War Baby? Let me tell you. My dad took it because his dad came from Vietnam, you see, and the war, and so they had a baby, and He's
Wake up, Nate.
I don't get so they're like, all right, we need you to go into the bridge and we need you to get Chevette, who has just escaped a guy with a gun, Loveless. And shot Sal. Oh no. Sal is like, hey, Chevette, you'll need these, and he coolly throws sunglasses to her and then gets blown the fuck away.
I think he's alive at the end.
Oh, it's so great though.
Yeah. You do think he dies.
So yeah. Why did they send in Rydell to get her if the Russian police were going to be there? Like police who are Russian.
Because they didn't know Loveless was going in to flush her out. Otherwise, she could have just stayed there. The Russian police were never going to get into the bridge. The community would have stopped that. And War Baby and his partner are both known to the people on the bridge, and they also wouldn't have been able to get close enough. So it was kind of a happy accident that she was running away from the bridge.
So was Loveless not working with them?
No, I think
he does shoot them. That's right.
Loveless is... He's working with the people who own the glasses, but the people who own the glasses have hired they've hired a bunch of people to get them back.
It's a great idea. We're gonna hire a bunch of competing people. Don't go killing each other now.
I don't think they really care.
Well, it would be nice if you didn't kill each other before we got the shit back. And having a bunch of trained psychopaths with weapons decreases our chances.
Yeah. Well, Loveless is also kind of crazy.
Loveless is a crazy person. He easily smiles and shoots people. And when he doesn't smile, he has no mouth, Ben. It's so thin. His lips are so thin and wispy. It's like he doesn't have a mouth at all. So they go in and they get her, the Russian people do, and also Rydell is there. And they all go outside to go to War Baby, and also Loveless is in the front seat of the police car. And then shit goes south, and for some reason Rydell is like, I'm getting you out of here. He drives Chevelle away. And also War Baby fires something out of his cane at them, like some sort of explosive or something. And then they're on the run, Ben. This is over. This is, I think, halfway through the book.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I told you, it just wanders until the last 3 chapters, and
it really does.
Over. Yeah.
Because, all right, what's our plan? Well, I don't have a plan. Okay.
We're going to drive about 300 miles east, run into my old partner who's allergic to everything, and then we're going to drive 300 miles back west.
That sounds awesome. First, we'll go to a tattoo parlor and take a nap. Next, when we're done with that, and we'll also go through the ATM and get as much money as we can. Then after that, we're going to get into an RV with some woman who turns out to be working for the security people, because when Rydell wakes up, Loveless is there. He's sitting in the seat, all casually and shit. And he's like, all right, Rydell, you get in the driver's seat. You start driving. We're going to have a little chat for some reason. And I guess I'm going to take you to the Gap and kill you? Question mark?
Yeah, he takes him to like a mall that...
It is the Gap.
Well, yes, yeah, but
it's an old mall that's been boarded up.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I think it's like almost buried. Like it was in the earthquake or something.
And then he's like, all right, Molly, I'm feeling thirsty. Go get me a soda.
I don't think her name's Molly.
Not Molly. Sorry, I keep thinking Molly Loveless. So, Chevette, I'm thirsty. Go get me a soda. So she does. And he's like, all right, now take your pants off. Yeah, now turn around and let me look at you while I talk about stuff and drink this Coke all cool and shit. Rydell, I did kill that guy and give him the Cuban necktie. But I wasn't aroused while I did it. That's the difference. Anyway, God, is it hot in here? I'm feeling real hot all of a sudden. What was that?
Why do you guys keep looking all swirly?
What? You say that the Russian cop is out there? And he just unloads at no one, because there's no one out there. And Rydell's like, Molly dumped all those drugs into that Coke that he drank. See, this is why you don't take an open container for someone you don't trust, guys. You gotta look out for yourself because there are weirdos out there.
You
always want, if you get a drink at a bar, you make sure you see the bartender when they make that.
There were several moments where he could have done a little better ethically. Hitmanly.
He definitely had this air of like, oh, this guy is dangerous, and then he he gets fucked out of his mind and abandoned at the Gap.
Yeah, they just kind of drive away and leave him at the Gap. A fate worse than death.
So then they put together a plan. And this is probably like 75% of the book already gone. Here's the plan. We're going to get in touch with my former partner, the one with all the allergies. You remember him. And then he's going to put us in touch with a guy who has one of these VR rigs. And they're going to put me in touch. Oh, Lowell, your ex-boyfriend or whatever, he's going to put me in touch after I threaten him with my cop magic. He's going to put me in touch with the what republic? The fuck? Super hackers. One of them looks like a mountain. One of them looks like a T-Rex. One of them's like a TV.
This is what Mark Zuckerberg was hoping would really take over the world. He thought we were all going to want to do meetings as dinosaurs and mountains.
Yeah.
And but it turns out most of us just want to leave our cameras off and talk to the void.
It's like, hey, and you guys live in San Francisco? Because it'll all be gone one day. But you can help me out. I've got money and glasses, and we're gonna blow the lid off of this, man.
I think he convinces them that like it would be worse for them. It'd be harder for them to move if all these interests came into San Francisco and took over.
One of them said that they basically can't do anything in Tokyo anymore because of the changes. So
I'm unclear how any of this is going to stop those changes from happening.
Because now people know that rich people are bad, Ben. And if we know that, we'll all band together and stop them from gentrifying our cities.
It does have that like we got to save the community center vibe, which sort of took the wind out of my sails a little. I was like, oh no, if this happens, then old man Jenkins is gonna buy up the bridge, and then where are the kids gonna practice their beatboxing?
Beatboxing? That's what you went with.
I was trying to think of breakdancing, but it would not come to me in the moment.
So
I don't know what urban youth do.
So yeah, he calls War Baby and is like, hey, I need you to come down and meet me so I can get rid of these glasses, and we just call it even. We cool? bring just yourself and your assistant, and definitely don't bring those Russian cops. Let me repeat that again. Come alone, just you and your assistant. Don't bring those Russian cops. Definitely don't bring that psychopath killer, all right?
To be fair, this is a stipulation of most of my face-to-face meetups as well. No Russian cops, no hitmen.
Well, they brought both.
I'll be at the Barnes & Noble Cafe. Shit.
Luckily, they basically swatted them. They called it a SWAT. They beamed it directly to the Death Star, which is a thing, and you just have to accept that's a thing, and we're moving on. That sounds like it's kind of important, but shut up. Moving on. Death Star exists. Reagan did it.
Up. I mean, the Death Star thing is part of how Rydell got tricked in the first place.
Yeah. But just moving on. So, we did it. War Baby and his assistant and the Russian cops show up, and little tiny helicopters fly in that
I think we can call them drones these days.
they are, yeah. I was getting a very drone vibe, and I was like, he's calling them like tiny helicopters. What the? So drones come in, they're like, this is an emergency. This is
how the ancient aliens people do it. It's like, when they were describing tiny helicopters, that sounds like a drone. The ancient astronaut hypothesis says that in 2006.
So, then
I graduated high school in 2006.
I'm sorry. Then they go to that girl from Cops in Trouble, and they're gonna give the data to her, and that's when Loveless shows up. But Rydell has a flashlight full of capsaicin, and he fires it.
You roofied me at the Gap, but you won't get me again. They pepper sprays him.
Yeah.
See, hitmen, they're never ready for pepper spray. It's a good thing he wasn't wearing some of those smart glasses.
Yeah. He could see without the need for his eyes. Just needs that optic nerve.
I was going to say, I might have, deflected some.
Anyway, the day is saved. And, oh no. So, yeah, it got pepper sprayed and the day is saved. Because this story is even more sensational than that serial killer bullshit. This guy is a hero.
This is more sensational than the serial killer. Insider interests are trying to buy up real estate in San Francisco. I don't know, man. That's kind of the end of the book, too.
That is the end of the book, yes. We did it. We saved San Francisco.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, now a bunch of homeless people can live on the bridge.
We did it.
It's kind of a communist utopia. I don't know. I keep thinking about John Beers for so many reasons.
I thought you were going to say I keep thinking about Joseph Stalin. But
I know you thought I was going to say that because you are like bizarrely attracted to Joseph Stalin.
You seen that mustache?
Does your wife know? Does your wife know you have a poster of Joseph Stalin on the ceiling? No, I was thinking about John Beers because of the megastructure thing.
I'm thinking about your megastructure.
Okay, thank you.
That's what she said. Yeah.
No, because of the megastructure thing, because they're building this city on the bridge, and it's just kind of ad hoc and very communist, like John Beers likes it. I don't know. I want so badly to like it. I feel like I have to defend it.
But you can't.
I
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
Do you want a rubric? Because I think
I do.
it's been a hot minute. Because you didn't rubric Naruto. Oh God. Now we can use our new AI generated words about books review rubric. It's interactive and will automatically calculate your points for you.
Yeah.
I generated it using a prompt I put into the Google Gemini AI because I had to research something for work. Oh.
All right. Well, he makes up some points in some areas, so he's getting just below average. So I guess that's still 2 stars for me. But we'll go with it. Content and ideas, Ben.
I wish I'd just called it ideas.
Yeah. I gave it a 3 because I went with the underdeveloped bit. He's got ideas.
I'm going to go
But he's also got 2 or 3 different books here.
I'm going to go with a 4. And my logic here is that the plot is most certainly underdeveloped.
Plot points are present.
But the ideas are not. And I think the mistake is the plot he chose. I think this is really a showcase of the bridge, the world of the bridge. And the world of the bridge is well developed. It feels very lived in, to the extent that I kind of wish I was hearing more about it and less about this paint by numbers noir MacGuffin chase. And I would rather have read the short story than this book because I think the bridge is what's interesting. Shapely is what's interesting. There's a lot here. I understand why people like it. I think it still has some of that William Gibson magic. It's just all of that magic is not connected to the plot. The plot just feels like any generic noir Maltese Falcon MacGuffin chase nonsense. Only the characters are wooden and have no chemistry.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what makes it worse? The next one, Ben. Organization. I went with a 2. Organizational structure is present but ineffective. Pacing is either much too fast or much too slow.
I think I can agree with that. I think I can get behind it too. I'd say for organization, the whole like the characters don't meet up until the middle. Bold choice. And then when they do meet up, there's absolutely no reason for Rydell to help her whatsoever. None at all.
And they don't have any chemistry.
They have no chemistry, but they're sexually attracted to each other because
a nice they're a man and a woman. Slab of meat.
And Chevette's not a great character. She's got this like lost little girl thing going on that like I can't tell how old she is, and Rydell feels like he's fucking 40 and divorced.
But apparently he's in his 20s.
Yeah, like they're both in opposite. They're both the same age, but in opposite directions of like world weariness. And
she's an incredibly young 20, and he's a really, really old 20.
Yeah. Use the language.
I gave him a 4.
I went with a 5, actually.
Wow.
It's like you said, man could describe a trash can and I'd read it. I'd rather read him describe a trash can than Rydell. Like, there are things I remember. Objects. I literally mean objects I remember. I remember Sal's bike more than I remember Rydell.
You know what? I can give it a 5.
Yeah.
I don't think I should dock points for what he described with those words. Just the fact that his words were really
hit him pretty hard
good.
for that on content and ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give him a 5. I think he had a really great command of language, and I
personal preference, Nate.
Fucking cut out again. All right, there we are. I'm back.
There you are.
Next time.
Personal preference.
2. I just liked it, Ben. I can understand why others did like it. Maybe if I read the sequels, because I'm reading on Reddit that I think it's the second one is like the best one in the series.
I'd be willing to keep going. Yeah. I also hear they're very loosely connected, so.
Well, I mean, there's not really much place to go with this.
Didn't stop him from starting it in the first place.
Book 2 is exploring the aftermath of that gentrification program.
I think they stopped it. They stopped the gentrification. The community center's saved. The kids can breakdance now.
Yeah, that's beatbox, Ben. They can beatbox. They can do that now.
Look, as long as it keeps them off the drugs, you know?
Yeah, because they made some really fucked up, like, super drugs in this distant year of 2006.
Crocodile.
Dancer.
Dancer's a good drug name. He does know his drugs.
I prefer Blitzen, personally. That's my favorite.
You would. What a fucking dad joke. You in the Christmas spirit?
Yeah, I am.
I'm sorry.
My bank account's not. Recommendation strength, Ben.
Well, first, I gave it a 3 if you were wondering.
I wasn't. I thought you'd already said that, honestly. No.
I gave it a 3 for personal preference. If you were wondering, I didn't dislike it as much as you did. I still enjoyed being in the world. I still thought it was an interesting novel. I just, I don't think I'll be returning to it.
Recommendation strength, then. 3. I gave it a 3. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're really into cyberpunk, I think there's some stuff here. But it's kind of a completionist thing. If the second one winds up being much better, I'd say you could skip this.
So I got 54 points, which is 1 point shy of the average, but I'll still give it 3 stars, Ben.
I got 63.
Damn.
And I did give it 3 stars. Back when I thought we were recording this in September.
We had to do the Schismatrix, Ben. There was just too much shit there. Too much gold.
I did. Yeah, I was really excited to talk about Schismatrix, and I was like, we got to put Virtual Light on hold. I'm sorry. I know the patrons voted for it, but they're wrong.
And they were.
And they were. They were. Yeah. Schismatrix was there. Now, William Gibson and Bruce Sterling have written a book together. I think it's called The Difference Engine. And I think I've actually read it once before. And I kind of followed it. It's weird. I don't know if you want to check that out. I think we kind of have to. Next time we're getting cyberpunky. I think I'm going to put The Difference Engine there. I'll at least put it on one of the Patreon polls at some point.
All right. There you go.
Somebody said in the chat that it's weird when October and November end and this goes back to being a book podcast. And I felt that in my bones. I was like, wow, this is like boring. I know we're both prepared for the episode. We've both read the material. Neither one of us is particularly tortured. We're back just in time to go away for Christmas. So what's next? I honestly don't know.
You want to do Regin Small and Fafnisma.
Regnis Small and Fafnis Small. That was a Patreon one. Yeah. I told them I couldn't think of like what to do for Christmas because are we both agreed Christmas books suck?
When I find a magical one, Ben, I'll
You've tried it a couple of times, and I'm gonna say they suck. They all suck. So I thought, what kind of
Chad Dingleton releases his Santa?
Until Chad Dingleton releases.
Jingle these bells.
Stocking stuffer. No. Until Chad Dingleton saves Christmas, I've decided we will not be celebrating Christmas at Words About Books. We will be celebrating the pagan festival of Yule. And I gave the patrons a choice of 4 different, I want to say myths or sagas. I gave them a choice of a couple of combinations of myth and saga, because I'm not going to read a whole saga because they can get kind of long and weird. But they chose one where let's just say it involves a dragon, dwarves, a cursed treasure, and
yeah, I cut out, so
yeah. Well, yeah. I want your reaction. We're going to be talking about a dragon, dwarves, and some cursed treasure.
Okay. Maybe a hobbit thrown in there.
There's no hobbit. Just Sigurd, the dragon slayer.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like Bilbo, you know.
He does learn how to talk to birds. Disney princess thing kind of comes out of nowhere.
Bilbo also talks to a bird.
with his rock.
No, there's a bird who totally told them about the...
Oh, yeah, Gwahir.
Yeah.
Lord of the Eagles.
Well, there's also that bird that tells them about they pass messages to Lake Town and...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I forgot all about those.
Yeah, they talk to birds around the Lonely Mountain.
I forgot all about that. You know what?
Yeah, we're going to do that. And then
we're just going to have to do Talking About Tolkien 2. We reread it.
Well, I did get the comic, so...
Shai's just glaring at me. Shai, that's what happens when Talking About Tolkien's over. We just start over again.
I figured. We've been together for 10 years, and I've watched you read the whole series over and over and over and over.
You still married him. Aw.
When you find a book you like, you just keep reading it.
Yeah, then we have the Wobbies after that. It's only 2 episodes after Virtual Life. And a bonus.
Nice.
How did that poll go?
The Exorcist did a lot better than I thought it would. I don't think it's winning anything, but more people voted for that than I would have thought.
Okay, it looks like I have to read 107 Days by Kamala Harris. So just let me know I'll start reading that tomorrow, and you just let me know.
Did I mention the patrons are often wrong? Often. There's still time. If you don't want to hear about Kamala Harris. Oh, no, they won't because it's a bonus. Fuck. Who chose to listen to a book about a politician in 2025? Who wants
some real
this?
patriots, Ben?
Who wants this? Why? Our Patreon is just a cesspool of the worst
and the
books.
biggest members of that cesspool, Ben. The top tier. Look at that smooth transition we got.
Buying up all the real estate in the Words About Books Patreon. Gentrifying it with their Bill Clintons and their O.J. Simpsons.
I forgot we did Bill Clinton already this year.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? This year's bonus episodes include Bill Clinton and Kamala Harris. I'm doing another Beware of Chicken.
That's fair.
I'm going to read one I want to read. Yeah, and the Illuminati.
Jacob Lansky, Ben.
Yeah, Jacob Lansky doing
whatever the fuck he wants. Motherfucker.
Must be nice. He's Kai Sensei Sama of the That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster podcast. I don't think he enjoyed the Naruto episodes.
Maybe he didn't vote for... no, he voted for Bernie Sanders in that poll. He decided to do a write-in.
It's a secret ballot, Nate.
It was not a secret when he posted a comment.
So then we've got Jamie, the Gravy Man, of the If You Want the Gravy blog. He has referred to Nate as a Dadaist comedian.
I hate Dadaism.
In line with Andy Kaufman.
It's a fucking shitty type of art.
I knew you were going to say that. I don't know what it is, but I knew it just had the ring of something. I have pissed
better pictures than Dada art has produced.
Bold claim. Spooky Shy with a Y over on TikTok and also on Words About Occult Books. Oh golly. John Bierce, actual author, fan of communism, would have liked the bridge. He is the author of The Rack, The Mage Errant, and More Gods Than Stars. And we haven't plugged this in a while, but I'm going to say, if you would like to become a patron, there's a lot more stuff at the $2 tier. Early access to Words About Occult Books and talking about Tolkien. At the $3 tier and up, you get Words About Books, the role-playing game. And you know what? It's actually going to start getting good.
This last one was fun.
Last one's pretty good. It's going to be a while before y'all hear it. But, it starts getting pretty good. First couple, we were still figuring it out, but it starts getting pretty good. And of course, bonus episodes more often and polls. So many polls. Things for free patrons. Why aren't you signed up? Polls you can dance on. Polls you can vote on.
Pokemon, go to the Patreon.
Pokemon, go to our Patreon.